Hi, thanks for joining me. I am Ruth Wilson, and I'm here to do a meditation that's a discovery meditation. As I said, um, not sure how I wasn't sure when the video went live, but I'm Ruth Wilson, and I'm here to do a meditation, which is a discovery of what will bring more joy to your life in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And this will be a hypnotic meditation, so please don't listen while you're driving or working with equipment or anything else that requires your full attention. And we will clarify what you need, what needs to be created, what wants to be created in your life for the next few weeks. My thinking is at this time of year, it's been an interesting year for most of us. It would be really nice in the latter part of the year to create something wonderful for ourselves and have more joy in life as we go into the new year. But certainly we can do things to bring more joy in our lives anytime that we listen to this meditation. As I said, my name is Ruth Wilson. I am an intuitive coach, and what that means is I use my intuition to coach people, and I lead them and guide them and coach them to use their intuition to find answers for themselves, because what you come up with yourself is far better than anything anyone else can give you. I do intuitive reading, clearing, healing, all the things that people might need and need to make changes in their lives. Also, I lead my clients to learn to do that for themselves as well. So let's get started with the meditation. And I'm going to ask that you sit comfortably or lie comfortably with your back straight. And just get comfortable and relaxed and let your whole body and mind slow down just a little bit. And take a nice, deep, gentle breath and let it out easily. Just an easy, gentle breath and let it out easily. I'm going to invite you to ground yourself, and you can do that by just imagining there's a beam of gravity connecting you from your tailbone right into the center of the earth. And all you have to do is pretend, and you're grounded. And then I want you to notice, or pretend you notice, a beam of light that comes right in the very top of your head from heaven. It's gold. It's warm. It's full of intelligence and love. And it's always there. It's always there. As long as you're alive on this planet, it's there. And maybe when you're not alive on this planet, it'll be there too. But that beam of light animates you. And fills you with spirit. So just imagine those things. Pretend that they're happening. The nice thing about doing energy work and a hypnotic meditation is if we pretend it, it works. So take another nice deep breath. Easily, quietly let it out. And notice how your chest rises and falls, how your belly rises and falls. And it may be that you feel a little bit more relaxed with each breath. You might just notice that you're adjusting your position to let your hands and arms rest comfortably. You may find that you want to put your feet flat on the floor or straighten out your legs and uncross them if you're lying down. These things may happen, but whatever happens, you can just relax and know that you are easing into a place of receptivity and heightened awareness. This won't be your normal awareness. It'll be a super genius awareness that allows you to use more of your intelligence. So just know that that's happening. You can listen to me giving you instructions. You can ignore me and just relax. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're comfortable and that you hear me, even if you don't listen to me. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, that's fine. Just let it go. You will accept what is appropriate to accept. And use what is useful to you. So if your mind is chattering away, that's fine. That's what our minds do. Just kind of take that noise and push it out farther away from yourself. Let it continue. Be at peace about it. Be okay with who you are and what you're doing, because it's just fine. And notice how your breathing has become very soft and gentle. And you could pay attention to that. And then bring your attention from your head, where we often keep it, down into your heart. You could put your hand on your heart, and it will help you pay attention to the heart chakra. A lot of thinking, intuitive thinking, goes on in the heart. In fact, the heart responds before the brain does. The heart contains neurons, much like the ones in the brain, and it processes information. And it gets the message first and gives it to the brain. So your heart is the first responder. And it's a good place to seat your consciousness when you're using your intuition to make a discovery, to get information. So let's give a little thought now to what your experience is at this point in your life. How is your life? What do you like? What do you want more of? Note to yourself a couple of things that you want more of. If you think about a couple of things that you like, and all while we're focusing our attention on the heart center, that can bring you peace and comfort. You don't want to get too peaceful and too comfortable, but a little bit goes a long way. So enjoy it. Is there anything you need to let go of? Is there something you'd like less of in your life? Anything that causes you discomfort, sadness? What is one thing that you'd like to change your relationship with? Maybe it's a bad habit. Maybe it's a relationship that's not going quite as it should. Maybe it's a situation you don't like. Could be something like a leaky faucet. Could be something huge, like a health challenge. We'd like to let these things go and have them vanish into thin air. And the first step in doing that is to let go of our relationship to that thing, to that situation, to that problem. Because we have an inner agreement that keeps us attached. So imagine whatever the problem is that you would like to clear out of your life, that you can hold it in your hands like a ball of light and see an image of it. It doesn't have to be a clear image. It could be anything. You could see it as a ball of gold light. You could see it as a ball of yarn. You could see it as a snow globe with a little scene of what's happening in it. Whatever you imagine it to be is going to work just fine. But take it in your hands and move it away from your body. And just pretend you can move it maybe 3-4 feet away from your body, out in front of you. And let it hang in the air out in front of you. and whatever agreement you have with that situation. Think about it now. Maybe you agree to worry about it. Maybe you agree to ignore it. Maybe you agree that you feel you're stuck with it, or maybe you agree that you will have this issue because you don't want to get too happy. Does that sound funny? Sometimes we do that. So what is your agreement with this situation that you want to eliminate? Elimination is a wonderful thing. It makes room for what you want when you let go of what you don't want. And today we're not going to do anything as challenging as letting go of what you don't want. We're just going to let go of your agreement to it, your attachment to it, whatever the attachment is. So whatever your agreement is with this situation, put it out in front of you in that ball of energy that you put out there to represent this situation. And then look between that ball of energy and you. Just pretend you can do that. You can have your eyes closed or open, it doesn't matter. But pretend you can see if there are any attachments between you and the energy of that situation. And if there are attachments, just let them be. Those attachments contain your energy, among other things, and your agreements to relate to this situation the way you do. We're not going to destroy anything because that's a situation that is created of your energy, among other things. But what we are going to do is look at those attachments and pull your energy out of them. Whatever belongs to you, pull it out of those attachments and pretend you can bring it into your body. Bring it right into your body and leave any energy that isn't yours. So any energy that belongs to the situation, any energy that belongs to other people, any energy that is not yours can stay in those attachments. And as you pull yourself out of these attachments, you'll see that they dissolve. So just imagine you pull your own energy out of these attachments to the situation, and the attachments just totally dissolve. So there's empty space between you and that situation you want less of. Now move the energy of that situation away from you even further. Even further. And then simply set it on fire. And you're going to set it on fire to burn away the energy of any agreement that you had with the situation. You're not going to burn the situation. You're not going to burn another person. You're just going to burn the energy that held you attached to that situation. You're just going to clear off your attachments to it. You're going to clear away any projections you made. And if there are other people involved, they will benefit from this as well as you do, from the clearing of energy. And if this sounds to you like blah, 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 that's fine. Just let it go. And just trust that this process is bringing freedom to you and to all others involved. If anything was stirred up in your thoughts or emotions when we looked at this situation you didn't like, if anything was stirred up that is out of date, something you don't want in your space, just imagine that it can fall right out of your body, out of your personal space, and right into the earth. It's just energy that makes us feel a certain way. Let that energy drop out of your space. And take a couple of deep, gentle, quiet breaths. Easy, soft breathing. And now we're going to look at what's missing in your life. What would you like more of? So if there was something you could add to your life or something you could increase in your life that would bring you more joy, what would it be? And it could be anything. The first thing that comes to your mind is probably the most important. Do you need a dog, a new friend, a cat, a better attitude, more money? Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, it'll bring you more joy. So the first thing that came to your mind, imagine what it would be like and how you would feel with it. So imagine what you want more of is happened. Imagine it's already here. How do you feel? There might be gratitude or relief, peace, enjoyment, love, laughter, whatever it would be. Whatever you know would be real for you is what you would feel. So enjoy the feeling of what's missing and bring the feeling in. And if we do that, what's missing won't be missing for long. Let's look at another aspect of what would bring you joy. And this might come from a place you're not familiar with in yourself. There's so much of our consciousness that we don't even know about. We think with our conscious mind and we create with some other part of our mind. We don't even quite know what it is. But you're a huge, amazing spiritual being of such genius. So let's let that genius work and let it bring to the surface what wants to happen for you to have more joy in your life. What wants to happen? And you may wonder, well, how would I know that? Well, you're just going to let it come to you like a bright idea. So imagine a ball of light, like a crystal ball that you can hold in your hands, and just pretend that you're holding that crystal ball. And you look inside it and you see what the situation is that wants to happen. It might make sense, it might not make sense. Just let it be whatever it is. Because what wants to happen is probably far bigger than what you think should happen. So we may be looking at something that would bring you far more joy or far more deep satisfaction than what you could imagine yourself. It may be the same thing, it may be the same situation, it may be something quite different, it may be something you're not even sure what it is. But get the feeling of it. What wants to happen and how would you feel? And feel that in your body. How does it feel in your heart? How does it feel in your belly? How does it feel when you breathe it in and breathe it into your whole body, right down to your fingers and toes? And breathe it in until you feel the tingling of happiness of that, because of that thing that wants to happen. Enjoy that feeling. Then I want you to give yourself permission to know what that thing is. Maybe you won't know right now, but you'll know within a little while what wants to happen. Give yourself 100% permission. You get to know. You get to know what that is. You might not know now. You might wake up in the morning knowing what it is. It's fine. It might be something you'll encounter in your travels today and tomorrow. But give yourself permission to know what wants to happen at the end of this year to bring you joy. So we looked at two things, and they might be the same thing, but two ways that you could bring light to your life. And if you bring light to your life, you're going to bring light to my life and everybody else's life too. So we appreciate it, right? So let those things show you how important they are. Recognize how altruistic it is for you to bring joy into your own life, because it helps other people. And I want you to take these two ideas and pretend you could put one in your right hand. So in your right hand, put the picture or the idea or the energy of what's missing that you would like to have in your life. And in your left hand, put the picture or the idea or the energy or just the feeling of what wants to happen. And let your hands come together as quickly or as slowly as they want, and bring these two ideas together and clasp them together in your hands. let these two things integrate. Whether they were very similar or very different doesn't matter. And then bring them into your heart. And bring that joyful feeling into your heart. Now, if your eyes are open, that's fine. I would ask you to close them. And just imagine that we can go to the place where it's already happened, where this joy has already entered your life. It's not out there, it's in here. So just close your eyes and imagine you're in the place where your joyous experience has already happened. Imagine what that's like, because you're there now. You don't want it anymore because you have it. What's it like to have it? Is it still new enough that you feel relieved, or is it old hat? Are you so used to having what you wanted, having that joy, that it feels just normal? That could happen. Think to yourself, I'm so glad to have this kind of joy in my life. I didn't always. I'm so glad to be in this situation now. Breathe that feeling in. Breathe in the feeling of how it feels to be where this has already happened. Go to the place where it's already happened, and that place is right here. And when you get up from this meditation, what are you going to do differently because you feel this joy? What are you going to do differently because you have this situation? What are you going to do differently because things are working better? Breathe in the feeling of that. Breathe it in until you can feel it in your fingers and toes, the very top of your head, the tip of your nose. Physicists say that there are many dimensions of reality. So some of those dimensions include things that you want. And some of those dimensions include this joy. We say we're creating it, and in a way we are, but actually we're just choosing to be in the dimension where it is. We couldn't think of it if it didn't exist, right? So just be in the dimension where it is. Breathe that in. And imagine that you can ground yourself again. Imagine that there's a whole new beam of gravity from your tailbone down into the center of the earth, grounding in this different new reality that you've chosen. I should say that you've newly chosen because the reality was always there. But just enjoy it, just ground it in, just let's integrate it into your body, integrate it into your spirit, which contains your body. And think of one practical next step that you will take because you have made this choice. One thing that you will do differently, that you will do newly, that you will do that you might not have done before we did this meditation. It can be a very, very small baby step. In fact, it probably should be. So if I have grounded in a reality where I'm just feeling happier, I just feel better. So what am I going to do now that I feel better? I might be more active. I might call a friend. I might have more fun today. So just like that, choose a next step, a simple next step that you will take because of the joy that you've brought into your life, the joy that you have embraced. What do you do differently when you feel better, when you're healthier, when you're happier, when your relationships are good, when you're abundant, when things go easily, whatever it is, what step do you take next? Beautiful. Take another deep, quiet, gentle breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes to make sure you're in the present moment, fully in your body. And smile. Yeah, smile. Even if you don't feel like smiling, smiling is good for you. It changes your body chemistry for the better. So it locks in all the joy that we just materialized. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them and know that you will go forward alert, present. If you need to drive or work, you're going to be alert and present and safe. Normal awakening consciousness, but maybe a little better than normal. But alert, present, and safe. Very important to be alert, present, and safe. And so alert, present, and safe. I want to say thank you to you for joining me in this meditation. And I want to remind you that I'm Ruth Wilson, and I love coaching people to help them use their intuition and use my intuition to make changes they want. I like coaching them. I like offering these meditations and playing with you in inner space with these meditations. And if you're interested in my work, you can fill out a contact form on ruth-wilson.com and talk to me about whether I could help you. ruth-wilson.com. If not, watch here for further information, meditations, and go forth and be joyful.